So I was in a job where I literally traveled every week. I was on a plane somewhere. I had 2 children in high school, grade school, and a wife who ran the place marvelously well. And I was kind of the third child when I was there, and I played the role. And now I'm there all the time.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, we need some ground rules because you're going to drive me crazy. You can't just be hanging around the house. And I said, yeah, okay. I said, I'll volunteer. I'll go to work for Habitat for Humanity. She's like, you've always said you're going to write a book. You've started how many novels and haven't finished them.
So she was
Why
a
don't you
nudge.
write a book? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's a great idea.
So you needed something to do, and she needed to have you doing something.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So that was like a Friday. And like on Monday, I sit down at my desk. I'm like, we're going to write the novel. So I write a couple chapters. I'm like, I think I need an outline. So I write an outline, and then I write 2 more chapters. I'm like, I think I need a better outline. And that's how the first novel happened. And it wasn't very good, but it did happen.
Wow. So at this point, where you think this is a career path, or is this a hobby, or is this something to occupy my time in transition?
It was initially something to occupy my time in transition. So this was like April-ish. And I said, I recognize that I was not in any headspace to interview with any company.
Right.
So I said, I'm taking the summer off. So I'm not even going to start looking or talking to anybody until after Labor Day.
Okay.
So the next 4 months, whatever.
So book 1, how did you decide what to write about?
So I had some ideas that I had been kicking around. I think I even had a chapter or 2, and I'm like, well, I've already started this one. Let's start here. And it was a sort of a sci-fi fantasy book. The thing about the first book is it's the best book you'll ever write, and it's the worst book you'll ever write in the same book.
When did you come to start to identify yourself as an author now?
Yeah, so I was confident enough even early on that I recognized that if you're going to do something, you have to call yourself the thing, right?
Okay.
So I told myself and I told
act as
people,
if.
yes,
Okay.
right. So I told myself and I told people that I was a writer, and of course, I said, "What do you write?"
Did you ever think it was less than because it wasn't the recognizable career, the recognizable title?
I think early on I did. If you identify yourself with specific achievements, I think it becomes much more difficult than just name what you are and live what you are.
Okay.
And I mean, that sounds very wise now, but it takes a lot of introspection to sort of get there, right?
So what do you think the common theme is in what seems to be a really disjointed career path? Naval officer, Navy kid, corporate guy, author.
It's still challenges. I mean, it's still wanting to take on the next challenge. I mean, almost all of my jobs were either I saw a big gap that I wanted to try to fill, or somebody came to me and said, I have a big gap and I want you to fill it.
So basically you chased the challenges.
Yes.
And said, I can do this.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time that you said, I don't think I can do this?
Oh, almost every time.
Okay.
Almost every time when I started a job, and my wife will back this up, I would go to work the first day and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this or not. Now, so there's always this, scale of fear versus excitement, right? I really want to do it. I think I can do it, but oh man, can I? I mean.
So there's the security that comes with the structure of the military and organization. But then when you step out on your own, working by yourself, for yourself, it's a little bit of a free fall.
Yeah.
How did you incorporate your own structure at that time? Or how did you figure that part out? Because that's a whole other way of working, right?
Yeah, so I think that the one thing that being a writer has taught me is that it's actually just another job in terms of, I have to think of it in terms of structure. And, I'm going to produce X number of pages or edits or whatever today. It can't be it's not a job where you can wait for the spirit to move you. I mean, people like to think of creative jobs as, well, you just sit around in your pajamas and you do this, make stuff up. But you got to show up every day just like a job.
Yeah.
And I had that work ethic. And even right from the beginning, I would say, okay, I'm going to write 5 pages today. And I'd start at 8 o'clock, and sometimes 5 pages took me 2 hours. And sometimes 5 pages took me 6 hours. But I didn't get up until I had 5 pages. So just the structure of production, has to happen. Otherwise, you don't have anything to sell. You don't have a company.